Northeast India. What an incredible tapestry of cultures, landscapes, and people. We're talking 8 unique states, each with its own story. And that really makes you wonder, if you had to pick just one, which state is actually the best? It seems like a simple question, but believe me, the answer is anything but. Okay, let's get into it.
I mean, just think about it. You've got the mighty Brahmaputra River carving its way through Assam, the stunningly serene hills of Mizoram, the snow-capped Himalayan peaks in Sikkim. This region is one of the most vibrant parts of the entire country. So what we're going to do is put these 8 states in a kind of friendly competition to see if one really does come out on top.
But right off the bat, we hit our first big problem. What does best even mean? Seriously, is it all about being the richest? Or is it about having the best quality of life? Maybe it's about protecting the environment. How you define that one word, well, it changes everything. So where do we even start? Let's begin with the one thing most people think of first.
Yeah, when we compare places, the first thing we almost always look at is the bottom line, right? Money. Economic health, specifically the GDP per person, is a really simple, straightforward way to see who's doing well. It basically tells us, on average, how much wealth is being created for every single person living there.
And if we look at just this one number, the net state domestic product per capita, the data shows us something pretty shocking. There is one state that just blows the competition completely out of the water.
And that winner is Sikkim. And it's not even close. I mean, just look at these numbers. Sikkim's wealth per person is more than double its nearest competitor, Mizoram. It is quite literally in a league of its own. So if we're only talking about money, well, this explainer's already over. Sikkim wins.
Case closed, right? Well, not so fast. Having a high income is fantastic, no doubt. But does a fat wallet guarantee a better life? Does it automatically mean better schools, safer roads, or a healthier planet? This, my friends, is where our search for the best state gets a whole lot more interesting.
To get to the real answer, we have to go deeper. We need to look at these states from every possible angle, not just how much is in their bank account. And luckily for us, a recent report from CareEdge Ratings does exactly that, giving us the perfect playbook for our investigation. The CareEdge report digs into each state's performance across 7 key areas, or pillars. So the big idea here is that we're moving away from a single number and toward a much more complete, multidimensional scorecard. This is where we're going to find the real story.
And here they are, those 7 pillars. We're talking about everything from the economy and infrastructure, the stuff you can see and touch, to the things that are a bit harder to pin down but just as important, like social well-being, how the state is run, and the environment. So now we can really see how these states stack up. Let's break it down, pillar by pillar.
First up, let's circle back to the economy. But this time we're using the CareEdge framework, which looks at way more than just per capita income. So the question is, does Sikkim still hold on to its crown?
And yep, it sure does. As you can see, Sikkim is still the #1 economic performer in this group. But look at this. Assam is not far behind at rank 4, proving it's a real contender. Meanwhile, other states like Tripura have a bit more ground to make up. So Sikkim's economic strength is confirmed, but the picture is already a little more complicated.
Okay, next pillar, infrastructure. We're talking roads, railways, power, basically the skeleton that holds a modern state together. And this is where the plot thickens, a lot.
Whoa, okay, now this is a shakeup. Check it out. Assam, which is kind of the gateway to the whole region, rockets up to rank #2. It's a regional leader here. But our economic powerhouse, Sikkim, it drops right to the middle of the pack at rank 6. And Mizoram, which had a pretty decent income level, is way down near the bottom. This just proves it. A strong economy doesn't automatically build great roads.
So we've covered money and we've covered infrastructure. But what about the people? Let's turn to the social pillar. This gets into the stuff that many would argue matters most: education, health, and poverty levels. This is the heart of human well-being. And we have another surprise leader. Get this, Mizoram shoots all the way up to rank 2 on the social pillar. It's a real standout when it comes to quality of life. Sikkim, to its credit, does well again at rank 5, proving it's a solid all-rounder. But Assam, our infrastructure giant, is way down at the bottom here. You see? We are seeing totally different models of success emerging. This brings us to a really fascinating comparison: Sikkim and Mizoram. They represent 2 completely different but equally powerful ideas about what it means to be a great state. On one hand, you have Sikkim,
the Green Guardian. It is literally the first place in the world to achieve 100% sustainable agriculture. It's rich in both money and nature. Then you have Mizoram, which one study called India's happiest state. Why? Because of its unique culture that promotes early independence and powerful gender equality. So I ask you, which is best? Being rich and green or being happy and fair? It's not an easy answer, is it?
So what happens when we put all 7 of these pillars together? When we weigh everything at once? Let's look at the final composite scores from the CareEdge report to get the full 360-degree picture.
Take a look at this. When it's all said and done, the final rankings are fascinating. Sikkim, powered by that incredible economic score, lands at a very impressive composite rank of 3. But you see its Achilles heel? That lower infrastructure score is what holds it back from the top spot. Then there's Assam, the infrastructure leader, coming in at a very strong rank 5. And Mizoram, our social champion, lands at rank 7, pulled down a bit by its economy and infrastructure scores. It's all a balancing act. And look further down at Arunachal and Manipur. Both have real bright spots, like Manipur's fantastic social score, but they face other challenges.
And this brings us to the most important point of all. After digging through all this data, it's crystal clear. There is no single, undisputed, best state in Northeast India. It turns out excellence just isn't that simple.
What we find instead is a collection of states that are all best at something. Sikkim is the economic and environmental leader. Mizoram is a powerhouse of social well-being and happiness. Assam is the indispensable infrastructure hub that connects everyone. Each one offers a different and totally valid definition of what it means to be successful.
So in the end, I'm going to turn the question back to you. Is it about wealth? Is it about happiness and well-being? Or is it about the roads and bridges that connect us all? After seeing the data, what you decide to prioritize is what ultimately determines your answer. So, what do you think really makes a state the best?